Hello, my name is Sally and welcome to the channel. So today's video I'm going to show you a selection of cards that we got for Christmas that I intend to recycle by making gift tags out of them rather than recycling them through regular means at a recycling bank. I choose to select cards from people that are not immediate family or special friends, and I use dies to cut parts of the images out to make tags for gifts for next Christmas. So this video is going to show you and go through what I use to do that. So I've got a little selection of tags that I had done in previous years. So these are the three of the different shapes that I have used in the past. These two shapes are from this Sizzix Big Die that I have here. As you can see, that one is that side and this one is this side. Now this die was gifted to me a very long time ago, and I used to use it for all my tags, but as you can see from the back, it's very thick. The only guide you've got to die cut from it is this at the back, and lining it up onto a card to cut out can be quite a guessing game. So for instance here, if I wanted the door on this one, I'd literally have to come in from the side and then stop, and then so it is possible, but yeah, and as I say, I used it for a long time, but it is a bit of a guessing game. I tend to now use dies like the regular cutting dies that you get now. So I've got a tag set here which I use a lot, and this one is the second largest from there. So using these dies, cutting this door out would be a lot easier. Maybe not that one because that's a little bit big. Yeah, as you can see, it would be a lot easier to cut that out using one of those. I do tend to use ovals as well, rectangles, so any of these on this sheet of dies I would use also. I also would use ovals. I've got some ovals here. That would look equally as nice on an oval. In fact, that would look nicer on an oval because you can see the Merry Christmas at the top. So I'm going to take this batch and I'm going to go and cut some, and I'm going to come back and show you the result. Okay, so I've done a few, I haven't done them all. Just chopped the backs off before I've put them through the die cutting machine because it makes it easier to pop them through. It doesn't take so much room up on the plate. So I've done a few. So the cat is a good example of not lining things up completely straight. So I thought it would be nice just to lay the oval die on a little bit crooked so that you've got all his face and the paw, which I think is quite nice. And I'll just pop a hole punch with the crocodile or with a regular paper hole punch in the top, a little bit of ribbon, and there's some nice room to write a sentiment on the back. So one out of that card. The mice on the side rather than top to bottom, because I would have been cutting off some of the wording. So you can see this type of die works so much better because you can see where you can put it. So I've got one out of that one, and quite nice that you can see the mice and the cookie. They have every intention of eating that cookie. This Christmas card was from a charity. We support a not so local equine charity. Chose to use a scallop die for this. I've got a niece that is very into horses at the moment, so I thought that would be quite nice for her. It's got the hint of the snowflakes around the edge, and yeah, as I say, again, it'd be nice to stick a hole in, maybe in the top corner. The joy of doing your own tags is you can put your hole for your ribbon anywhere on that. It doesn't have to be in the top, it doesn't have to be in the corner. You could pop it down here. World is your oyster. So this one, as you can see, I got 3 out of this one. So this was a perfect, and I've left the dies in to show you this one. So this is the perfect example of making the most out of every card that you get. So this card, quite a clinical design, but as you can see, cuts into 3 very different tags quite easily. I quite like this tag shape, so I tend to use this a lot. I like the fact that I've got Merry Christmas on one and the date on the other, and then the circle just nips the top of the tree. I might pop the hole punch in there. That makes a very good tag. And then I've got one more example. Which is this card, which had the door on it. I love a door at Christmas, on a Christmas card. And I've managed to get Merry Christmas in there as well. So I'll probably punch down the bottom for this one because I don't want to take away from the wording. So that's a selection I've done using modern dies. So when I say modern, I mean these. I did try to use the older style one. As I say, I haven't used it for a long time, so I thought I'd have a go. It didn't turn out quite well, but we're transparent and show our mishaps as well. So I thought, not really going to use this for a tag because it's not particularly festive, and I hadn't got anything that would fit that perfectly, so I had to go with this. And as you can see, lining it up was quite difficult. I've got a Big Shot Plus, which if you get the sandwich right, this goes through without the thick base plate between the 2 A plates, which are the clear ones. But I got the sandwich wrong today, and because I can't tape it down, and because I didn't get the sandwich right, this hasn't cut. So this is the chance that I take if I use this. So as I said before, I tend not to use that one now. I use the ones that you can see. I won't use this. This was just for demonstration purposes, but I used to use this a lot. Once you get the sandwich right, it's quite good. It's just the unpredictable laying it out, so you have to cut something with 2 tags on it together like that, for instance, or know where you want to place one or the other precisely. And in this instance, I've tried to get Merry Sproutmas out of the bottom, and if I got anything out of the top, it would be great. But as you can see, it's cut here. It hasn't cut at all here. And on the back you can see it hasn't cut at all. Okay, so I've got, out of those 6 cards, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 tags. I've got all of these left to do, which I will do and come and quickly flick through with you afterwards. I'll just quickly go through what I have cut off camera. So this one with the tag die. So we've still got Winter Wishes and the little critter on there. That's turned out quite nicely. This one was already a handcrafted card, which was sent by, I can't remember who sent me this, but I thought the fairy was actually very, very pretty and makes quite a nice tag. So she's cut out beautifully actually, I quite like her. So that's that one. This one, let me place it back together. I thought lots of little penguins, need to make use of those. So with the nesting ovals, selected a number of different sizes and laid them out, taken them down and cut them out, and I am actually really pleased with those. I've got some really nice little penguin tags there, which you will need to put, if you're using nesting dies, you will need to put holes in. Or alternatively, if you didn't want to put a hole in any, you could pop it on your scoreboard and score along the bottom, fold it back and tape, so you've got a flappy tag. In fact, let's do that with this one. I'll get my scoreboard, bear with me. Okay, I've got my scoreboard. I'm going to pop a little line, so line it up with, I'm going to line this one up, the bottom on 5.5, and I'm going to score at 5, so that gives me 1/2 inch at the bottom. Gives me 1/2 inch at the bottom that I can fold up. You can see there, I fold up, and then when I use this tag, I will put sellotape along the 1/2 inch, and then you write on the back. So instead of attaching it to the present or gift with a hole and some ribbon, you would tape it straight down onto the paper, and then it's just a flicky up. So any of those attachment methods or any other method that you come up with yourself. So let's quickly go through the others. So this one again, couldn't decide what I wanted from that, so big scalloped rectangle was the way to go for that. This one, tried to get the whole sentiment in, didn't like the fact that it was going to be another big die, so chose Santa and the reindeer separately. Donkeys. This again will be a perfect one for scoring along the top. So let's get the scoreboard. Keep it at the top. Again, 1/2 inch. Perfect. Bit of a shame I wasn't able to manage to get the Winter Wonderland in, but equally I like the little squirrel on his own. He'll make someone a lovely tag. Plenty of room to write on the back. So this one was very much like the penguins. I quite like the fruit, and I didn't really want another big tag. So again, nesting dies to the rescue. So placed a few different sized ones. Four tags out of one card. I can't remember the last time I bought tags, if I'm honest. Preferred the stockings, so this is the big tag die that I've got. It's a nesting set I think I got from eBay. In fact, most of my nesting dies are either Craft Stash, I buy an awful lot of stuff from Craft Stash, or eBay. The scalloped rectangles are definitely eBay, and I believe this set of tag dies I got from eBay. It's worth looking. A lot of people buy things and realise it's not for them, and then it's good for us. So this one, again, wanted to use something different this time. So I've put the Santa in a heart and wanted to show that it doesn't have to be a character or an item. If you've got a card in this instance that's got a fair bit of space here and you've got a couple of snowflakes, punch them out as well. That makes a very pretty little, it is little, tag. But if you're doing tree gifts from Santa and all you want to write on there is from Santa, it's perfect. So again, this is another example. I tend not to put things straight. So on the card he was like that, but I quite like him on the wonk. I can pop my hole here. I don't interfere with his image by putting the hole there. Lovely sized little tag. And again, it's a bunch of presents. Who doesn't want a tag with a bunch of presents on a present? Okay. So whilst I was going through that little pile of cards, this card was in there. And when I opened it up, so it's not a full, and I separated it, I separated from the others, I turned this over and I noticed that this card, which is a charity card, and let me see where it came from. It is a Alzheimer's Save the Children and Teenage Cancer Trust card. On the back of the front is a cutting guide to make 2 tags. Cut out and reuse as tags. So it's not just me. So I'm going to get the trimmer out and I'm going to cut those up. Let's move that so you can see it. So I'm lining the stitch cut mark line up. And I'm going to buy eye the rest. I'm going to nip those off with the scissors. Okay, let's get rid of that. Get the trusty scissors out and get the corners off. Around the other way. So there you have it. Not used, not done with the die cutting machine, but done because the company that this set of cards was bought from had already put template on the back of the inside of the front page so that you could make your own tags. So I hope you found this helpful. Obviously you do you. I do this with all of my Christmas cards, as I say, to prevent all of it from going into landfill or being recycled. And I don't have to buy tags for ages, because I've got a lot of tags there now. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.